From MTN News, this is Montana This Morning.
Local businesses benefiting from Cyber Monday shopping.
I'll get an order on my phone. It's like the notification is still so exciting as it was like the very first time.
Plus, we'll meet Montana ranchers being recognized for how well they take care of the land.
It's like, there is a greater purpose to this.
And Christmas trees for a cause. We'll show you how buying one can help locals struggling with addiction. Good morning and welcome to Montana This Morning on this Monday, November 28th. We hope you're coming back from your Thanksgiving holiday, getting back into the work week without too much strife. Breaking news this morning, one man dead and another is injured in an overnight shooting in South Billings. This happened just after 11 o'clock last night in the 4000 block of 2nd Avenue South. Officers arrived to find one victim dead, later finding the injured man in the 100 block of Hallowell Lane. Police say several potential suspects are being interviewed overnight as detectives continue to investigate. We're following this story and we're going to update you on air and online as we learn more. And we've got Miller in with us now to talk about some of those potentially chilly temperatures that we'll be seeing this week.
Yep, absolutely. We got the cool down on the way. Tomorrow going to be our coldest day of the week. It's kind of a bit of a roller coaster with our temperatures. We're going to be down, we're going to be up, and then we're going to be down again. So we're going to break it all down with the main forecast here in just a bit as we take a live look downtown here in Billings as the city slowly comes to life. Yesterday, warmer than average with a high of 44. Our overnight low of 27, warmer than average as well. Well, those winds were whipping through the weekend. We had a top gust yesterday of 56. Not going to worry about that today. Today it looks like it's going to calm down a good bit. We could still see some gusts 20 to 25 miles an hour, so don't let your guard down. I will tell you this, those areas around Bighorn, Big Timber, Livingston, Nye, the usual suspects this morning. Watch out, still a chance to see some blowing snow and some very slick roads in your area during your morning commute. A little bit of a snow last night here in Billings, nothing really to talk about. In fact, we're going to be dry for the next couple of days, maybe some flurries, maybe by the end of the week, a better chance we could see some snowfall. Moisture totals as we get toward the end of the month, we're still pacing ahead for the month and year, still very dry out there. Could use some moisture. In terms of the snow, we're doing okay for the month. Right now, temperature-wise, we're sitting at 22 in Billings, feels like 12. Winds out of the northwest at about 9 miles an hour. Temperatures out there right now, teens and 20s, highs today in the 30s, 20s and 30s. Even colder tomorrow. We'll take a look at those temperatures and a lot more with the main forecast here in just a bit.
All righty, Miller. Thank you so much.
You got it.
New this morning, the University of Idaho is resuming classes following the holiday break with a killer still on the loose. Dozens of students are opting to stay home and finish classes online. The university's president says police are telling him they believe the murders of 4 students was a targeted attack, but anyone who feels unsafe is not required to come back this semester. Other students say they feel safer coming back knowing the university is stepping up security.
Coming back, I feel a lot safer with, I see Idaho State Patrol out, I see Moscow PD, I see the Hells Canyon security. I feel a lot safer now.
I really enjoy being here at this campus. I feel safe here.
Investigators have yet to identify a suspect or uncover a murder weapon, which is believed to be a fixed blade knife. It's a big shopping day today. It's Cyber Monday. Starting this morning, folks are leaving Thanksgiving behind and shopping for those Christmas gifts. It's good news for business owners, especially after online sales set a new record on Black Friday. Shoppers spent a record $9.1 billion. Nearly half of that was made on smartphones, which is up 44% over last year. This morning, Q2's Haley Monaco introduces us to a Billings small business owner offering some pretty great deals during one of the biggest shopping days of the year.
Friday and Cyber Monday are shopping events that impact businesses of all sizes. I spoke with one small business about what this busy shopping weekend means to them. Starting in 2019, Veronica Zimmerman only hoped her candle business would grow to the extent it has in just 3 short years.
I get orders from like Florida and Massachusetts and West Virginia and like people that I don't even know, and I'm just like, it's so like mind-blowing to me still.
The 24-year-old has a full plate on her hands as a student getting a major in graphic design, working a part-time job, and being a full-time business owner of her candle company. And she does it all herself, from start to finish, with the production of the candles, running the website, and packaging to ship them off.
So I do everything. So I do like label design, I do all my Instagram content, I literally do everything.
Being a one-woman show, Zimmerman says a shopping weekend like this is a little nerve-wracking, but worth it in the end.
It's a lot to prepare because you never really know like what your sales are going to be, like what the turnout's going to be, like, so it's a lot, but it pays off in the end.
Her Black Friday deal of 40% off all products led her to 35 sales and 300 website views. On Cyber Monday, she will run another deal of buy two, get one free.
I remember my first 2 years, I was only able to give like maybe 25% off on my website. And so now that I'm able to give bigger discounts, like 40% and buy two, get one free, like it's a really good feeling.
While a main portion of her sales come from the website, her candles are also located at Roots Garden Center in Billings.
Buying candles online has to be kind of tricky, so that's why I'm glad they're in Roots, and hopefully I can get them into a few different places.
But every order she receives online still lights up her mood.
I'll get an order on my phone, and it's like the notification is still so exciting as it was like the very first time.
Keeping that fire burning for her passion and goals that she started from the ground up. In Billings, Haley Monaco, MTN News.
A Montana ranching couple is using cattle for conservation, catching the eye of the State Farm Bureau. Q2's Jackie Coffin takes us to the Paradise Valley, showing how grazing can heal a landscape.
As you start to see the system start humming after you've worked with nature for a while, then it's like, there is a greater purpose to this.
Pete and Megan Lannon are making waves in the Paradise Valley by trying something different with their cows.
My dad's grandparents bought this place in 1900. We're grazers first, so we use our livestock to manage other folks' land and improve on it.
The Lannon's operation consists of moving their cows using portable electric fences, rotating their cows through a variety of pastures, including those of other Paradise Valley landowners.
If you look at this valley, back in the day, hundreds of thousands of bison going through here. So this landscape has evolved with animals, ruminants, on the ground.
What the Lannons are imitating with their cows is the effect of bison that used to roam the valley, and to do that, they move their cows every day. And it was the Lannons' innovative practice of grazing cattle to restore native landscapes that caught the eye of the Montana Farm Bureau.
We got that phone call, and it was, oh my gosh, we just broke down and started crying. It was like, I felt like we won the lottery. It was so amazing.
The Montana Leopold Conservation Award, named for the acclaimed writer and conservationist Aldo Leopold, is fairly new to the Farm Bureau. The Lannons are its fourth recipient.
I would love to see the entire Paradise Valley grazed regeneratively. I'd love to see landowners be able to work together and pull their herds into one and graze this valley in a way that it hasn't been for 200 years.
In Livingston, Jackie Coffin, MTN News.
This year's bird flu outbreak is the deadliest in U.S. history. New data from the Department of Agriculture shows the avian flu wiped out more than 50 million birds. The government says it's the worst U.S. animal health disaster ever. The outbreak sent egg and turkey prices skyrocketing. And new this morning, there's a fight brewing in Congress over the amount of money our government is sending to Ukraine. Reporter Joe St. George tells us why Democrats are hoping to push more aid packages through before a Republican-controlled House takes over next year.
Across the country, blue and yellow have become a lot more prominent, with Ukraine's flag flying everywhere from overpasses to sports stadiums. Children even drawing pictures.
But if you ask any Ukrainian leader here in the United States, the most powerful sign of support over these last several months hasn't been a flag blowing in the wind, it's been congressional aid. And with the new Congress taking over in January here in Washington, there's questions over how long that aid will last.
Let's start with the numbers. So far, American taxpayers have given around $54 billion to the Ukraine war. For perspective, that's around 1/8 the cost of President Biden's student loan forgiveness plan. But there's a problem. That Ukraine money is running out.
We're going to continue to support Ukraine.
As a result, the White House has asked Congress to approve $37 billion more. That would bring the total price to around $91 billion, or around 1/10 of that massive infrastructure law from last year. However, on Capitol Hill, there are questions about whether Congress will approve it.
Ukraine is a young democracy, and we're sending American taxpayer money over there with no oversight.
That's because more conservatives are speaking out, wanting more accountability. With Republicans taking back the House in January, intense funding debates on this issue are poised to take place. Even Republican leader Kevin McCarthy, who brought a Ukrainian flag on the floor of the House earlier this year and who's expected to be the next speaker, said in a recent interview, quote, "There should be no blank check." All of this puts pressure on the current Congress to substantially fund the Ukrainian war before January. Democratic leaders have denied money has been wasted.
This is what a trauma kit looks like.
We recently met virtually with Adam Eidinger, an American in Ukraine, passing out tourniquets.
Morale is extremely high here. They're getting more and more confident.
He says Americans need to know that Ukrainians feel like they can win this, but they need more money to keep that feeling going, especially with a harsh winter ahead.
This winter will be hard, though. A lot of people are going to die this winter if the heat and the electricity is off.
In Washington, I'm Joe St. George.
Also making headlines this morning, jurors are heading back to a Los Angeles courtroom today for testimony by defense witnesses in the rape trial of Harvey Weinstein. Earlier this month, prosecutors rested their case against the disgraced movie producer. He's already serving a more than 2-decade sentence after a 2020 conviction in New York. The state's highest court recently agreed to allow Weinstein to appeal that verdict. Also happening today, the man accused of shooting and killing 10 people in a grocery store in Buffalo, New York last May will appear in court. 19-year-old Peyton Gendron is expected to plead guilty to state charges. He's also facing 27 counts in federal court and could face the death penalty. Attorney General Merrick Garland says they haven't decided the type of punishment they will seek. And back in Billings, Christmas tree prices are climbing, but you can get more bang for your buck at a lot on the West End. As Q2's Kelsey Marison reports, every tree sold goes toward helping community members break free from addiction.
Now that Thanksgiving's over, Christmas season is officially upon us, and the Billings Adult and Teen Challenge is selling Christmas trees to help raise money for their program.
Adult and Teen Challenge is a nonprofit aimed at helping those struggling with addiction through long-term residential discipleship.
I went through the program myself. I couldn't pay a dime. It's because of things like this I was able to get through it.
Chris Greer found sobriety through the Adult and Teen Challenge, and now, as its outreach coordinator, leads Trees for Hope, a Christmas tree sale that benefits Adult and Teen Challenge.
The students help out at the lots. They spend their time working here so that they give back to the ministry. It helps pay the overhead, the room, the board, the classes, things like that.
And Billings residents are grateful for nonprofits like this one that have helped members of our own community and are showing their support through the purchase of a tree.
Teen Challenge is an organization that has really helped out a few friends of ours, and we just thought it'd be cool to kind of give back and support this organization.
Others are grateful to support a good cause and get a live tree out of it. Sarah Kemeniski and her husband moved to Billings from Alaska last January.
We go to church at Faith Chapel, and we just got out of church and saw that there was Christmas trees. We commonly get a live Christmas tree.
And these live trees are an affordable option for Christmas decor. Big name brand stores sell artificial trees, but they come with a hefty price tag. Trees for Hope has a large selection of tree varieties, shapes, and sizes, and is selling 7 days a week from now until December 23rd at Parr and Faith Chapel.
We're not just selling Christmas trees here. You know, we're putting hope within reach of an attic somewhere. This is a great opportunity to get out into your community, get a Christmas tree, and make a change in your community for the better.
A great opportunity to give back during the season of giving. In Billings, Kelsey Marison, MTN News.